From being a totally original show that was later copied, to having a talented cast and being fun to watch even today, here's why Living Single was so loved. Let's start with how Living Single was a unique show in the 1990s.
Now, see, the beauty of a chain lock is that it allows you to open the door while still maintaining your personal security.
Debuting in 1993, Living Single was a show about friendship, love, and laughter. Wanting to develop a series based on her personal experiences, the brilliant YVETTE Bowser introduced us to the lives of 6 black singles in their 20s, navigating love and life in the bustling city of Brooklyn, New York. The show centers around Khadijah James, who's the founder of Flava magazine. Khadijah depends on her roommates, Synclaire James, who is also Khadijah's cousin, and Regine Hunter, for laughs and support as she tries to keep the urban lifestyle magazine alive. They deliver while throwing some really good Golden Girls style shade at each other. People who are too young to see or understand this show when it first came out, or are Golden Girls reference, should definitely hit up Hulu or whatever streaming service that's showing it, because we promise you that you'll be glued to your TV or tablet or whatever the whole weekend. Premiering on Fox, the show surprised everyone, quickly becoming an unexpected hit. With stars like Queen Latifah and Kim Fields, the show captivated audiences and showed the groundbreaking potential of a series led predominantly by black women. Interestingly, the show that we mentioned at the beginning that copied Living Single, like New Kids on the Block copied New Edition, debuted just 13 months later, with 6 white singles living in Manhattan. Okay, yes, we're talking about Friends. Coincidence? Nope. But it wasn't just the complexity of the characters that drew so many viewers in. Living Single had some top-tier character development. Each season beautifully unfolded their depth. They made mistakes, learned from them, and genuinely evolved as individuals. Each of them had problems. Khadijah was a workaholic and stubborn. Regine was shallow. Synclaire could be naive, and Max didn't trust anyone but her friends, especially guys. But over time, we saw them admit their mistakes and grow from them.
Hello? This is probably a bad time to bring this up, but the printer called and he said he could see to it that Flava magazine is never printed again. Ever.
Khadijah realized she was losing a lot of relationships because of her workaholic nature, and she changed. Well, Regine decided to become someone who worked hard and was less shallow. Synclaire got smarter as she tried new jobs, and Maxine got gentler and humbler, even if she didn't show it. They kept the most important parts of who they are while growing up. Now, let's move on to the friendships, which was the heart and soul of the show. The story of Living Single is based on the friends' connections with each other. It's actually built around their bond. Sure, all 4 friends are at different points in their lives and have different things going on, like Khadijah's obsessed with her magazine, Regine's only focused on fashion and rich guys, Synclaire's all about following in Khadijah's footsteps, while Maxine's a take-no-BS lawyer. But the one common denominator is that they value each other. However, it's not just the girls who are tight with each other, but also the 2 guys in the group, Kyle Barker and Overton Wakefield Jones, also have a great friendship and balance each other out. Kyle is a successful accountant who starts off the show as a womanizer. This is probably why he keeps running into Max, who's also a bit of a man-eater. Overton, on the other hand, is a handyman who loves his job and Synclaire. From episode 1 to the end of the series, he stays true to both of these things. Kyle could have stayed a self-centered player, but his friendships with the women, especially with Max, made him more caring. And even though Overton could at times seem a bit aloof, he's often the voice of reason in the group. The show was also not just a great portrayal of friendship, it handled sensitive issues really well. Whether it was the episode about hair professionalism or the way the main characters' homes were decorated, the writers and directors of the show made it a point to show that the characters were a true reflection of Black people and Black culture. Whether the episode was about people going deeper into their natural hair paths or learning how to take up space as their whole selves, Living Single made it clear that it was always okay to just be yourself long before it became cool. It did a wonderful job of showing Black creatives in action. To add to that, one of the things that tied the show together was how much Yvette Lee Bowser seemed to love the show A Different World. We're certain it had a lot to do with her work on the HBCU-inspired sitcom, where she brought in several major characters to join Khadijah and the rest of the cast. From the loving friendships to the many special guests, to the fashion to the 90s slang, do yourself a favor and go watch this show again, or for the first time, to remind or reacquaint yourself to one of the greatest shows of the 1990s. Now that we've discussed the show, let's have a look at where the characters are now. Khadijah, played by Queen Latifah.
What's up, yo? Greg called. Tell me this is not the Greg I'm thinking of. Tell me this is Greg the mailman. Tell me it's Greg the bald-headed barber. You better tell me it's Greg Brady.
Queen Latifah was already a beloved and respected rapper before she played Khadijah James on the show. As a matter of fact, she won a Grammy for her inspiring single and anthem, Unity, in 1993. The same year, she was cast for the role in the show. And of course, we can't forget her role in the classic 1996 film, Set It Off. Queen Latifah has also continued to thrive over the years with appearances in countless movies like Last Holiday, Just Right, Beauty Shop, and Girls Trip, and is currently starring in the television show The Equalizer. Regine Hunter, played by Kim Fields.
Awkward moment, huh?
No, not at all.
Kim Fields has been famous since childhood, starring in the long-running 80s television show, The Facts of Life. After Living Single ended, she attended Pepperdine University and then began directing. Her directing credits include episodes of the show Kenan and Kel, as well as 2 Tyler Perry sitcoms and a number of made-for-television movies. In 2015, she joined The Real Housewives of Atlanta for 1 season, competed on Dancing with the Stars in 2016, and can currently be found starring in the Netflix comedy series The Upshaws. Synclaire James Jones, played by Kim Coles.
Now, I know you have a hard time borrowing money, but I'm gonna lend you what you need.
No, you won't. I can take care of myself.
Oh, what is the big deal about borrowing money? I do it all the time. Sometimes I even pay it back.
Since Living Single, Kim Coles has made appearances in shows like 6 Feet Under, Frasier, One-on-One, Home Economics, and a Black Lady sketch show. She has co-hosted several daytime talk and game shows while continuing to perform as a stand-up comedian. Maxine Shaw, played by Erica Alexander. After playing the role of attorney Maxine Shaw for 5 years, Erica Alexander has appeared in numerous movies and television shows such as Judging Amy, Bosch, Swimming with Sharks, Shining Girls, Queen Sugar and Wu-Tang, and American Saga, among many others. Overton Wakefield Jones, played by John Henton. After Living Single, John Henton appeared on the popular ABC show The Huleys, as well as other sitcoms such as One-on-One, The Parkers, and Hannah Montana. In 2000, he was involved in a serious car accident that took medics 4 hours to rescue him from and resulted in both his legs being broken and one of his eye sockets being shattered. He has since recovered and is alive and well and touring the comedy circuit. Kyle Barker, played by T.C. Carson. T.C. Carson became a successful voiceover actor after Living Single ended. His voiceover credits include work on Clifford, The Big Red Dog, Star Wars Clone Wars, Final Destination 2, as well as work on several PlayStation games. He also made appearances on the shows Last Call, Black Lightning, and Nashville, and landed roles in films like Hunter and Onyx the Fortuitous and The Talisman of Souls. Well, that brings us to the end, folks. Please do us a small favor and tap those like and subscribe buttons and let us know your thoughts in the comments section, as well as any topics or shows that you'd like us to cover. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.